Well, disc golf fans, this is Derek Scull and Chris German with Gatekeeper Media, and today we are bringing you an oldie but a goodie, the 2018 Philadelphia Disc Golf Open, brought to you by Innova Disc Golf, and we are partnered and coverage powered by Millennium Golf Discs.
Yeah, this one was really early last year, so we've been sitting on this for some time. This was back in May.
And we're bringing it to you just in time for the 2019 Philly Open, which is very exciting. But, we hadn't even changed our workflow really yet, where I think some of it was still shot in a different frame.
Oh, yeah, this was all over the place. We're going to move into hole one here at Sedgley Woods. Now, I really like what they do with Philly Open and how they kind of move around the entire 27-hole.
Safari style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're going to start off with Mike Moser.
We are no stranger to Mike. Our first tournament we ever covered was with Mike.
Yeah.
And it was really good to hang out with him on this card this day again.
So it was a really good shot from him. He's going to be right out on the fairway. No stranger to Chris Villa.
No, I was just going to say the same thing.
So it looks like he hit some branches there. It's very lush here in Philadelphia.
Which this year's is a little earlier than last year's, so it won't be nearly as overgrown for those who are waiting to play this year.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how it's going to play out, only being a couple weeks away. So we have Erik. Erik's going to unfortunately throw it right into that tree.
Yeah, just got a little high from the tee box and capitalized a tree hit early.
So this is a pretty tough shot because you are going uphill and there's really not a lot of room. There's only one really tiny gap to the left.
The cobblestone.
Yeah. And Villa is executing that gap perfectly.
Absolutely.
So he's going to drop that in. Good look for his par. And this, to throw a 2 here
would be remarkable.
Yeah.
And that was one heck of a drive from Moser.
Yeah. He does hit those trees. He's going to have a tricky third shot.
Yeah, Marc finds himself close up. He should have no problem making that as well.
Erik's in there. So this is the second round of 2 rounds. The first round, I remember I think we were going to film it, and then it was pouring.
Rained out. Yeah, we didn't even have a rain workflow by this point either.
No, we did. I was out there, and we were bagged up. Like we were safe,
it wasn't thought out as deeply as we have it now.
No. So the first round was a terrible downpour. Mike Moser was the only one that was even. Everyone else in MPO shot over.
And it was coming down in buckets.
So it's very interesting. As people say, Sedgley's kind of like a pitch and putt course, very small course. But here on the Philly Open layout,
not today.
Yeah. People are struggling to get their birdies. As for example, here Mike. He's going to take a bogey, hole 1.
And that is very out of character for him.
Yeah.
They do call him the Delaware Deucer.
Yeah. So Mike and Erik taking bogeys, both Chris and Marc with the pars, as now Mike and Chris are tied for the lead at 1 over. We're moving to hole 2. This is the blender hole. This one is hole 20 from Sedgley, traditionally. Very tough from the red tee, though. Really, really tight gap. You kind of have to dogleg to the left. And then we did have a tree that went down. So it does make it a little easier for your second shot.
Yeah, it really gave it kind of almost like a mandatory because of that tree, you had to play left of it. But now you kind of can glide on past kind of where that was upright.
Chris throws it right into the tree, and that's a tight gap.
And Marc keeps his pretty low, but I think he's able to kind of skip down there a little bit.
Yeah, I would just throw something very straight and just try to pitch up to get out there. And once again, try to take your 3 almost.
And kind of going off of what Mike Moser's shot was, the conditions are a little rough. It looked like maybe he slipped a little bit, but hit an early tree and doesn't give himself a very easy shot for his second approach, or for his first approach.
So that's a good shot from Erik. He's going to end up there's a down tree down there that he'll have a pretty close approach, but he'll be up and down for par. So the rest of these guys are going to be scrambling.
So Mike does find the fairway. He gets a pretty happy tree kick there.
But once again, he's pitching up for 3. Yeah. And he's taking his 4. That's going to be another bogey. So you could even see in the shot. So the rain is still coming down.
Yeah.
He tried to go with an Anheuser route, kind of threw it right into that tree.
All right. Well, I mean, that's a safe 4, but a 4 is not what you want.
Yeah, you never want to see red.
Villa finding himself right on top there.
But Villa's struggling even more. He's looking at a double. And like I said, Erik, very close approach. Really good shot from him.
Oof.
Marc's going to kiss some chains. And that goes from a par to a bogey.
Wow, the rain.
Yeah. This was a pretty crazy tournament. This was our first Philly Open officially.
Yep.
So we're excited to be out there for the second time.
Yeah, let's just hope it stays dry this time around.
Yeah, we're no strangers to rain. Everyone else is going to tap out. End of hole 2, a lot of red. Both Moser and Marc taking bogeys. Chris with a double. Erik the only one with a par. So we're going to move into hole 3. I'm really excited about this hole because this is one of the meadow holes. We don't really get to see this that often.
No, I do believe that they only are really able to play it from March to early fall because they only can cut it twice a year.
Yeah, because of the landscape and the society, the Audubon Society, right? With the because this is a bird watching and a bird breeding.
Correct.
zone.
Yeah, they mow it specifically for the attraction of the local wildlife.
Mm-hmm. So traditional casual play, you don't really ever get to play on these holes. So it's really cool to see him out here. So Marc flirts with the OB a little bit. This is going to be our first par 4. So you kind of just want to throw out, keep it in bounds, kind of where Marc just landed. Then your second shot is kind of over this out of bounds. So are some trees. It could catch up as it's going to go OB for Moser.
So Villa's play traditionally is hugging that OB line and just letting it fade in there, and it looks like he turns it over and finds himself deep.
Yeah. So Erik for his approach.
And he's cutting off, playing dangerously.
Yeah, I mean, that's the way to do it. Now, there is OB right behind the basket. So where this basket lies, I mean, that's only maybe 3 feet, 5 to 3 feet behind the basket.
Yeah, pretty tight green.
So Marc was more to the left, so he doesn't have to really flirt with the OBs. His kind of slides up. He'll have a look for his birdie. This Villa's going to go up and over.
That should be a good placement there.
Yeah, that went a little deep.
That does look a little deep from here.
So he's going to go OB.
So Mike's seeing that shot and elects to go more of a spike route, and I think he's flirting on the edge there.
Yeah, he's safe, though. Marc's putt. Ooh.
It's a good bid.
Yeah. Good shot from Moser, and he's going to take the birdie. So he actually stayed in bounds there. I thought he was out of bounds.
Yeah, by a pretty good bit, too.
Yeah.
Is that Randy in the background taking pictures?
Yeah.
Takes wonderful work. I believe he's the one who had done the photography for the whole layout, the caddy book.
So Erik gets the splash out. And that's going to take the par. Villa taking the bogey. Going OB. Marc with the par. Erik will take the par. So good variety in scores here. Birdies, pars, bogeys all around.
Yeah, hole by hole.
Ending hole 3, like I said, a little bit of everything. Moser still sitting at 1 over though. So just showing you how tight this course is we're going to move back into the Outback, moving into hole 21 on traditional Sedgley, hole 4. This is the downhiller. We got an ace here.
Yeah, we did.
So this is a little farther from the red tee box, coming in at 270 feet, but it's basically
you're over to the side a little bit more as well.
Yeah, I would say just a very straight approach with either a putter or a mid-range.
Yeah.
A very fast green. So 270 downhill.
All about the finesse.
Yeah,
and that takes a terrible reaction and rolls. Now, that could have been worse, but he definitely has an obstructed view there.
Yeah. Looks like a putter in Erik's hand.
He's keeping his a little tight, and he's going to get a little low.
So, looking at a 3 unless he has some type of rollaway or something crazy.
Yeah, and you do not want to be aggressive on this hole at all.
No. So Marc's kind of over there with Erik's. Pretty risky putt, I would say. I don't know if I would be running that. This Villa's...
He's looking pretty good.
Yeah, that worked out pretty good. He kind of overshot it, but I don't know if he was anticipating that hitting the trees and just kind of stopping there, or if that was just some luck. Marc with the layup.
Erik should be doing the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that should be a safe tap in.
Moser might elect to run it. We'll see. No.
Oh,
Ooh.
no.
That stops.
Made up some ground.
That was a little risky, though. Moser's Chris.
Oh, I hope that sits. It does. Okay.
Could have got a stroke there, but fortunately splashes out. Weak side chains. High weak side chains, usually where you see your splash outs. So we're going to get our first par frame.
All right.
I mean, at this point, we're playing for par. Here,
It's
Open.
It's an uphill battle.
Yeah. Villa sitting at 3 over. So the end of hole 4, like I said, par frame around. 3 of them sitting at 1 over for the round. Villa, wheels are starting to fall off at 3. He's going to have to turn this around. We're moving to hole 5, go from the downhill to the uphill. So this is going to be hole 22 on traditional Sedgley. The long pin, though. So there is 2 pins here.
Yeah, it's perched up a little higher towards the mansion, if I believe.
Yeah, so basically you're going to have a traditional straight shot with kind of a long... There's going to be a gap kind of farther down there that you want to hit. So you can see Moser. Kind of want to land down there, and then you have a pretty tight approach shot up to the longer pin. Whereas the shorter pin, they would just continue to go straight and probably be able to hit the basket from this shot. You can see I'm
Erik gets a little high off the tee there and hits that branch really close. That's going to kill all the momentum.
That's going to be a tricky shot. And this plays as a par 4.
At least he's on the fairway.
Yeah. As I would say for Marc, that's pretty good. Should be a little tricky. We'll see how hard he has to kind of...
A little in the rough and kind of off to the side doesn't give you a clean look because you're going to have to... Well, for a lefty, you'd have to ante that over there.
Yeah, we'll see. Chris probably the best position.
Wide open. Easy footing. But I would say footing placement isn't really a thing that Villa needs to worry about. Often he's a really great standstill shot.
Yeah. And Moser coming in hot.
Good thing for that log.
Yeah, good shot from him. We'll have a tap-in birdie. And there's that Anheuser shot you were talking about from the lefty.
And it's clean. That's a great shot by Marc.
Yeah, there's enough, like you can see there's enough ways to get up there. So
yeah, and Villa likes to go with one of the tightest gaps I've seen in a while.
Yeah, his standstill approach shots are top-notch.
So everybody finds himself in tap-in range here.
Yeah, I would say Erik's going to be taking his par, but everyone else should be getting their birdies. I do believe Villa actually will be taking a par as well.
So Erik's not alone.
Yeah.
In par land.
Yeah. So Moser, good start for him. Or, well, bad start, but he's starting to pick it up. Couple birdies. Still in the lead. And Villa did take the birdie, so Erik did prevent our star frame.
Wah, wah, wah. Yeah. At least he's got a smile on his face, though.
Yeah, he's having a good time. All right, end of hole 5.
I like starting to see green here.
Yeah, that's a good sign. Moser back to even as well, so we might be seeing some people get under. It's Marc sitting at 2 over. So we move to the lefties hole. Played from 23 traditional Sedgley long pin, also from red. So this plays more, I would say, straight than the lefty hole. Only because the tee box, you're on more of a straight approach than that really big dog leg to the right.
Yeah, and we only have one lefty on the card, so I'm sure they're digging this.
Yeah, so this is definitely more of a straighter shot, as you can see from Moser. Pretty textbook.
Yeah, it's really all about, like you were saying, the straight ahead placement, which is going to give you another straight ahead placement at that dog leg.
As these guys are going to be landing near the short pin, and then they're going to have another approach for their second shot. Bill has the jacket on now. Oof. Tough though. I mean, 460 feet downhill, playing as par 4.
Tight.
And still playing very tough.
So that's pretty good placement there.
Yeah. Right on the middle of the fairway. Bill just pitches out.
Yeah, and that was... I'm surprised to see that, because that could have really had a devastating roll away.
Marc kind of doing the same thing. Definitely way more aggressive. As he gets down there, he should be able to get up and down for par.
Yeah, it's just... It's scary because it's not a clean fairway. There's some rocks that are kind of embedded in there, so you have no idea what direction that could take a kick in.
Now, there is water. There's that little, I would say, stream.
Deep
On this hole as well,
from
where the
flooding.
pin is. Yeah.
And now, currently, I believe that's not playable. It's
That hole.
flooded so bad that basket is sitting in the middle of a lake.
So you see the traditional pin. So none of these guys were able to penetrate on their second shots. Marc in a pretty decent spot.
Yep.
Good shot from him. That's for Moser's 3.
Oh, caging off. That's what I'm liking to see. That.
Good run from Moser. Villa.
Another good run.
Erik from same distance as Villa. Just a little
kind
to
of
the
hangs
right.
it to the right.
So we're just going to have tap-ins here.
Feel like they're starting to get arms. Their arms are heavy because of the rain.
Yeah. Erik with the bogey. Marc is able to get his par.
I forgot what this green even looked like, to be completely honest.
Yeah, it's been a while. So this is neat right here. Another par. Taking bogeys in style. Chris Villa, circa 2018. So Moser and Marc, the only one taking the par. Villa and Erik taking their bogeys. So a little bit of separation now. So we move into the anthill, hole 7. What do you feel about this hole?
I guess really it's just a matter of how you want to attack the green, because there's such a severe drop off, kind of leading you to the next hole. So it's really all about where your first drive is going to be. That dictates really what type of play. So with how tight it is, you're going to have a bad reaction potentially.
How aggressive you're going to be for
When
that
you're
second
closer.
shot, whether
Yeah,
you're going to be
exactly.
running a putt and rolling down 40 feet.
Correct.
I mean, there's a reason why it's called the anthill. It's perched up on this.
Yeah,
tall hill.
as you'll see soon.
I would say like a 10 to 15 foot anthill. But that back right side there, if you're aggressive and you hit off there and you roll down there,
Yeah,
you're going from a 2 to a 4.
You definitely want to be to the right of that and putting towards that backstop.
Mm-hmm. Kind of where Marc is here. That's a pretty good spot because you kind of can bail out to the left, like you said, just like that. So Marc has an easy 3. Villas might be a little aggressive.
Oh, and it did sit,
Yeah.
but that was going in the direction that it could have been bad.
Yeah. Moser just...
Playing it safe. Good call. Starting to get some speed back, so he doesn't want to deflate now.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm thinking we're going to have another par frame. And that's the thing, these holes, especially in this outback.
I want to start seeing stars, though.
Yeah. That's all right. We're gonna see some fireworks later on.
Oh my god. You're the one with the catchphrases
I know,
today.
I know, man. That's what's coming with. The whole 7.
A lot of gray.
A lot of gray, a lot of 3s. Moser and Marc still sitting even for the round, though, so I'd say respectable at this point through 7 holes. So moving to hole 8, this is another meadow hole, so a hole that we don't get to see very often.
Yeah, I believe this is the one where the tee box is close to the mansion.
Yes.
Right? Your back is to the house.
Yeah. Coming in at 280 feet, it's a par 3. This is an attackable hole, so we should see some greens here.
Yeah, with a pretty skippy green, actually, if I remember correctly.
It's on some dirt.
Yeah.
As Moser does exactly that, and Delaware Deucers are going to get a deuce. Marc's is flexing pretty good.
Yeah, it had some nice glide to it.
Yeah. All right. I would say 2 for 2 at this point.
Hey, in circle is good.
Uh-oh. So Villas is going a little too far to the left. Ooh. That's not OB, but it's going to be a tough shot.
Somewhat blind. He might be able to, depending on where exactly he is on that edge, he might be able to straddle something out of there.
Yeah, we'll see. Oh, good run from Erik. A bad roll for Erik. He's going to be taking OB.
Does that count?
Yeah.
It didn't cross, did it?
I believe it did.
So Villa with the spray and pray method just gets stopped up by the canopy there, but he's going to be taking his 3.
I would say for the drive he had, taking a 3. I mean, I'll take it. Marc with his birdie.
Marc puts a lot of force in his putt.
So Erik's, that did not go out. He does take the par. So.
Because it would be on line.
Yeah.
It actually looks like the rope was raised a little bit and it kind of kept it from rolling over it, which is pretty good.
Moser CTP. Now we see some green. So Moser sitting 1 under. 1 under for the entire tournament.
Good to start seeing some negatives on the board here.
Yeah. So Marc sitting in second place at 2 overs. We're going to move into the last hole of our front 9. Meadow hole 3. So this one's tough. This is going to play as a par 4 at 575. First shot, you're kind of just traditionally throw out. Make sure you do not go out of bounds. And then second shot, the basket's kind of really deep inside this little cove here. So this one's a little tricky.
And it was really muddy.
Yeah, this hole's a little tricky. So you could see, we'll see it on the next one, how tight that gap is. Yeah. It's going to be tough for these guys. I would honestly want to keep it more to the left. Almost flirt with the OB.
So I was mistaken. It looks like this is the one where you have the mansion to your back. It's right behind us here. And I believe, now I heard, someone knows exactly what's going on here, but, some famous historical figure's daughter lived there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, fill in the blank, folks, in the comments below.
So that's tough for Villa. So he's going to be on the right of the fairway. Erik's
hanging in there.
Like I said, that's probably that's where I would want to be.
Yeah, for sure. Keeping you wide enough left to kind of get the best approach angle.
And he goes with a roller. Very interesting. Stands up, but just kind of dies out. I think it's just the type of grass.
Yeah, he still has some work, but he's got a clean look for sure.
Marc's second shot, really good.
Ideal shot for a lefty.
This is perfect for him. Just needs to get down.
That's it.
I'd say basically perfect.
Yeah.
Got to look for birdie. See what Moser does.
All right, he's going to be able to get that turn over for him, and he's going to float right up to the green as well.
Perfect.
A little cleaner look than Marc.
So this is a very tough shot for Chris. He is on the right side of the fairway, and he needs to get to the right side.
Oh, no. It doesn't have enough turn on him. He's going deep.
And I remember this being a little bit of a controversy, and he elected to re-tee. Because we didn't know exactly where he was out of bounds at.
Right.
And he couldn't even find his disc at that point, I think. And then on that second shot, he does get in towards the basket. He is going to have a look for putt. Is Erik. ready to walk that one off.
Oh, yeah. Still finding himself deep.
Oh. He rolls over to the other side.
Oh, man.
Oh, no.
Are we going to see a 3-putt here from Villa?
Yeah, and that's a triple.
Ouch. Back-to-back putting. Gotta hurt.
3 times. Back to back to back. I mean, at that point, he ran to tap that in.
At that point, well, you have to just hit the reset button, put it in the mirror, and move forward.
Yeah. So we'll see how resilient Chris is on this back 9, as that's going to be a really tough way to end the front. So he takes the triple bogey, putting him at 6 over. Like Moser, starting to get in the negatives, though, sitting at 2 under through 9. Marc getting under for the round as well. Erik still hovering around in a pretty good spot.
All right. Well, folks, thanks for tuning in. Make sure to get the back 10 coverage. We do have 19 holes coming in this tournament. So, go ahead and follow up with the next video.
Yeah, hit that button. Later.